She hated me. Everyone could see it. She hated me. Not just a little hate. Not quiet hate. It was clear hate. When I walked into the room, she looked away. When I spoke, she stayed silent. When I tried to help, she said, "I don't need you." Her name was Emily. And this story is about why she hated me. And how everything changed. The first day. I still remember the first day I met Emily. It was my first day at the office. New job. New place. New people. I was nervous. I walked into the office with a smile. I said, "Good morning." Some people smiled back. Some people nodded. But Emily did not look at me. She sat near the window. She was typing on her computer. Her face was cold. Very serious. My manager said, "This is your desk. You will work with Emily." I felt happy and scared. Happy because she looked smart. Scared because she looked angry. I walked to her desk and said, "Hi, I'm Daniel. Nice to meet you." She stopped typing. She looked at me. Only 1 second. Then she said, "Okay." That was it. No smile. No welcome. Nothing. Cold silence. Days passed. Emily never spoke to me unless she had to. If I asked a question, she answered with one word. Yes. No. Maybe. Sometimes she did not answer at all. Other people were kind. They talked. They laughed. But Emily stayed quiet. At lunch, she sat alone. If I sat near her, she stood up and left. I asked myself, did I do something wrong? But I was sure I didn't. I was polite. I was calm. I was helpful. Still, she hated me. The small mistake. One day, something happened. We were working on a project together. Emily sent me a file. She said, "Check this and send it to the manager." I checked the file. Everything looked fine. I sent it. Later that day, the manager called us. "There is a mistake in this file," he said. Emily looked at me. Her eyes were angry. After the meeting, she came to my desk. "You didn't check it carefully," she said. I said, "I'm sorry. I checked it, but I didn't see the mistake." She said, "You never listen. You never care." That hurt me. I wanted to say something. But I stayed quiet. From that day, her hate became stronger. Why does she hate me? At night, I thought about Emily. Why was she like this? I remembered her face. Cold. Sad. Tired. Sometimes, I saw her stay late at work. Sometimes, she looked tired in the morning. I started to feel something strange. Not anger. Not hate. It was curiosity. And maybe care. The rainy evening. One evening, it was raining hard. Everyone left the office early. I stayed late to finish my work. When I was leaving, I saw Emily. She was still at her desk. I said, "It's late. You should go home." She didn't answer. I walked away. Outside, the rain was heavy. Very heavy. I waited for a taxi. Then I saw Emily outside. She had no umbrella. She stood there, getting wet. I said, "Do you want to share my umbrella?" She looked at me. For the first time, she looked tired. Not angry. Just tired. She said nothing. But she walked under my umbrella. The silent walk. We walked in silence. The rain made soft sounds. I could hear her breathing. After a few minutes, she said, "Why are you always kind?" I was surprised. I said, "Because that's who I am." She stopped walking. She looked at me. Her eyes were full of pain. She said, "People like you always leave." The truth begins. I didn't understand. "What do you mean?" I asked. She looked away. She said, "I trusted someone before. He was kind too." We started walking again. She continued. "He worked with me. Like you." I stayed silent. "He promised help. He promised support," she said. "But when I needed him most, he left." Her voice was shaking. "I lost my job once because of that," she said. "I lost everything." I understood. Her hate was not for me. It was fear. A broken heart. We reached her bus stop. She stopped. She said, "I'm sorry." That surprised me. "I judged you without knowing you," she said. "I thought you would hurt me too." I said, "I'm not here to hurt you." She looked at me. For the first time. She smiled. A small smile. But a real one. Things slowly change. After that night, things changed. Emily started talking to me. Not much. But enough. She said a good morning. She asked small questions. We worked better together. She still had walls. But they were lower. One day, she said, "You are different." I smiled. The big problem. 1 month later, a big problem happened. A project failed. The manager was angry. Someone had to take the blame. Emily was scared. I could see it. She came to me and said, "It's my fault." I checked everything. It was not her fault. It was a system error. I went to the manager. I explained everything. The manager listened. Emily was safe. Later, she came to me. Her eyes were full of tears. "Why did you help me?" she asked. I said, "Because you matter." The moment she cried. Emily cried that day. Not loud. Quiet tears. She said, "No one ever did this for me." I said, "You are not alone anymore." She nodded. The past is letting go. Days became weeks. Emily laughed more. She talked more. She trusted more. One day, she said, "I don't hate you anymore." I smiled. She said, "I was afraid." I said, "It's okay." The final truth. One evening, she said something I never expected. "I hated you because I liked you," she said. I was shocked. She continued. "I was afraid to care again." I took a deep breath. I said, I care too. The ending. Today, Emily is not cold anymore. She smiles. She laughs. She trusts. And sometimes, she sits near the window. But now, she waits for me. Sometimes, people do not hate you. They are just afraid. Be kind. Be patient. Your kindness can change a heart.